Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Code Mastery. In today's video, let us solve some important questions from coding guidelines. So in this video, there will be 10 practice questions. Make sure you watch this video till the end. This is very important for your CPC exam. If you want to solve some more questions related to coding guidelines, you can check the playlist CPC Exam Coding Guidelines in my channel. Let's start. Before that, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to my channel. This is the first question. According to ICD guidelines, when a patient has confirmed diagnosis and symptoms related to that diagnosis, what should be coded first? Read the options. Option A, symptoms. Option B, confirmed diagnosis. Option C, both separately. And option D, whichever appears first in documentation. So what is the right answer? The right answer is confirmed diagnosis, that is option B. ICD guidelines state that when a definitive, that is confirmed diagnosis has been established, we code the diagnosis only. Symptoms which are associated with that particular diagnosis are not coded separately. Okay, remember this. Next question. Signs and symptoms that are integral to a disease process should option A, always be coded separately. Option B, never be coded. Option C, not be coded separately. And option D, only be coded for inpatient. This is similar to the first question. The answer is not be coded separately. ICD guidelines instruct that signs and symptoms which are integral to a disease process should not be coded separately because they are considered part of the condition. Only non-integral symptoms should be coded. Okay, next question. When acute and chronic forms of the same condition are documented, guidelines state option A, code chronic first. Option B, code acute first. Option C, code only acute. Option D, code only chronic. The right answer is option B, code acute first. ICD has a specific rule. When both acute and chronic forms of the same condition are documented and there are separate codes for each, you assign both. But acute code should be sequenced first. We should never overthink these rules, okay? Always remember you have to code acute first. Acute outranks chronic for sequencing. Next question. In CPT coding, the designation separate procedure means option A, it must always be coded. Option B, it is included in another procedure unless performed independently. Option C, it replaces the main procedure. And option D, it requires modifier 50. The right answer is option B. It is included in another procedure unless performed independently. Always remember, a separate procedure is bundled when it is performed as a part of a larger or more comprehensive procedure or it is integral to the main service. We only report it if it's truly independent. For example, if it is unrelated to the main procedure, it is performed at a different site or through a separate incision, or it is clinically distinct. I have explained about separate procedures in a video, separate procedures CPT coding with examples. Please check it out. The link will be mentioned in the description. Next question. What does modifier 51 indicate? Option A, bilateral procedure. Option B, multiple procedures. Option C, reduced services. And option D, distinct procedural service. This is a very easy question. You can directly go to your CPT manual and you can check. Modifier 51 is for multiple procedures. So why this modifier 51 is used? It is used to indicate more than one procedure was done. Okay. It is not for bilateral procedure, reduced service or distinct services. Next question. A code first note in the ICD 10 CM indicates option A, optional sequencing. Option B, manifestation code first. Option C, underlying condition must be coded first. And option D, code is optional. The right answer is underlying condition must be coded first. A code first note appears on manifestation codes. It instructs the coder to sequence the underlying condition first, followed by manifestation. Next question. According to CPT guidelines, add-on codes, option A, can be reported alone. Option B, must be reported with a primary procedure. Option C, replace the main procedure. And option D, are used only with E&M codes. So what is the right answer? The right answer is must be reported with the primary procedure. According to CPT guidelines, add-on codes are never standalone codes. They must be reported with the primary procedure. These add-on codes describe services that are always performed in addition to the primary procedure. CPT marks them with the plus symbol to reinforce that they depend on a parent code. Okay. Next question. Modifier 59 indicates reduced services, distinct procedural service, bilateral procedure, assistant, surgeon. It is very easy, distinct procedural service. So why this modifier 59 is used? It is used to show that a procedure is separate and distinct from another service performed on the same day. Remember this. Next question. Medical decision making level depends on A, physician experience, B, number of diagnoses, data reviewed and risk, option C, patient insurance, option D, patient age. The correct answer is option B, number of diagnoses, data reviewed and risk. MDM is built on three elements: number and complexity of problems addressed, data reviewed and risk. Okay, physician experience, insurance or age does not determine the MDM level. I have made a separate video related to MDM, that is how to use MDM table and find out MDM. Okay, please check the video. CPC Exam 2026 MDM made easy. This video is in evaluation and management playlist in my YouTube channel. Next question. A use additional code note means option A, extra code is optional. Option B, another code must be added to fully describe the condition. Option C, code should be deleted. Option D, applies only in inpatient coding. The right answer is option B. Another code must be added to fully describe the condition. Use additional code note in ICD is a way of saying the main code does not tell the whole story. So you must add another code to capture additional detail. Thanks for watching. Remember, in the CPC exam there will be about 7 questions from coding guidelines section. So don't ignore it. In the next video I'll upload part 2 with more coding guideline questions.